Joining us now is financial expert Terry Savage. She's been joining us every morning this week. She said it was going to be up and down. Terry, yesterday you mentioned something about bonds and something about debt, and it doesn't stick in here. So tell us. I know you were talking about this yesterday.
I know, and I know your eyes were rolling, but basically what we were saying is the rest of the world is so upset. They have a whole lot of dollars. They sold us stuff. They've been buying our bonds, our IOUs, and all of a sudden the fear spread that the Chinese, the rest of the world, would not lend us money, pushing rates up. That was very scary. And that's probably what caught the president's attention. I mean, there was a question of how low he'd let the stock market go, but the bond market, refinancing our debt, when rates started going up because the rest of the world pulled back, that was probably the trigger. I can't resist just saying, I was trying to think of the right adjectives for this, Robin, but it's not only disappointing, but I think the actions of the past week have been totally irresponsible. The professor, you remember that formula that was held up?
Yeah.
I never asked algebra, calculus, but the professor whose work was cited as this is sound economic theory went all around the media yesterday and the day before saying they got it all wrong by a factor of 4. Those tariffs should have been maybe a quarter as high. So the whole back and forth of it has shocked the market. I will make 2 quick points. Number one, I think this totally validates my advice to you for years, that when you're at a point where you don't want to take risks, you need to have some money set aside so you can sleep at night, in CDs or money markets. That's number one. And the second point I'd like to make is it's not over yet. You've gotten, as we are now down about 700 points, you've gotten about half of your losses back. If I had told you could do that 2 days ago, you would have probably said, yeah. Rethink everything. This isn't over. We still have China. It's like an embargo, not a tariff at 125%.
Obviously China's an authoritative regime, but how long can they hold out?
Well, they really don't care. Well, it's fair to say this, but they don't care as much about their people, and they don't have to worry about elections. They don't have to worry about midterms. The Chinese people have suffered for hundreds of years under authoritarian regimes. And I think you might be surprised not only at how long they can hold out, but at the ways in which they can retaliate. They own our debt.
Yeah.
But $750 billion. If they sell it, well, our rates will go up again.
I heard someone say the bigger issue is not so much that they make cheap stuff for us, because Americans like that stuff. It seems to be a trade that works, but it's the theft of intellectual property and that kind of thing. Would you agree with that assessment?
I would absolutely agree that any administration, and previous ones too, should have acted sooner for 2 things. The intellectual property has been an issue going back for decades. The second thing is our dependence on some things. I'm not talking about sneakers and athletic wear. I'm talking about pharmaceuticals, all the things that were revealed during the pandemic, that we couldn't make masks, but also medicines. So a much more selective, intelligent approach to dealing with China surely would be in the U.S. interest. I'm not sure, though, what we're doing with this 125% tariff. And it'll be fascinating to see if they capitulate. I don't think you're going to see them come begging to Washington. I may be wrong on that.
We'll see what happens.
Wait. I just want to point 2 things out.
Real quick.
Real quick, there was some good news this morning. Consumer prices came in for March. Now, we haven't seen tariff effects. They did not rise as much as was expected. So good news on the inflation front right now, and more quick good news. It appears that Social Security, that whole idea of you can't call in to make changes, we're going to make you validate in person, it appears they're pulling back on that. We'll see what happens. So some good news this morning. Market's down 700 still.
All right. Thanks, Terry. If you have a question for Terry, you can go to terrysavage.com.
It's 8:37, Throwback Thursday. Let's look at fun vintage.